You can stop recording from my side. But you stop it. If there is a provision for that, you can do it.
Okay.
Stop recording. நான் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ண கூடாதுங்கிறதுக்கு ஏதாவது இருந்தா அது வந்து அது மாதிரி வேண்டாம். No issue.
நான் ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். I am recording.
Very good. Excellent. Good.
Yes, sir.
Your interview is on 7th.
7th, sir. Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Now, the first basic question will be, Jay Ganesh, please tell us, what are you enjoying in your present service? What is it that you like very much in your present assignment?
Sir, my present assignment, I currently handling a bigger branch with more than 25 staffs. This is very challenging to me because previously I used to handle less than 5 to 6 members. Now this has given me an opportunity to work with a bigger team. I'm facing a good challenging time here. And every single minute that I'm spending is worth and able to handle properly. Second thing is the branch that I'm working is one of the top 10 branches in Chennai, and I'm able to handle new set of clients who have very different requirements from a previous semi-urban branch experience. So this is basically giving me a better professional expertise than which I had been in the past. So I'm enjoying all these.
Very good. So you enjoy your present assignment as a branch manager with over 25 staff members working under you. Good. Yes. Supposing you want to, I think you have a scheme of appraisal of your staff members.
Yes, sir.
How do you do appraisals? Do you appraise people by asking them to come and sit before you, and then you tell them what you are evaluating, or what is the system prevalent in your bank?
Sir, we use something called as business execution plan from the as a bank. This is a common evaluation pattern that is being given for each staff, and for each role this has been defined, and this is how we evaluate staffs.
You mainly go by the records or achievements made by them.
Exactly, sir. There are, to specifically say on business execution plan, there are two parameters. One is business, another is service parameters. 80% of the weightage goes to business, 20% of the parameter goes to service and audit parameters.
Okay. That's good. So you give more importance for that. And yes. Supposing you evaluate the performance of the people.
Hello. So you are not audible. Hello. Sir, your voice is not audible, sir. I'm not able to hear you. Yeah, I think they got cut.
Yeah, I think there is a system of chat. How to use that? You know about it? There is a chat.
Yes, sir, you have to just click on the chat and you have
to... I can type here. Are yes. You able to hear? Good. Like our say YouTube only. Very good.
Yes.
So we can use this. We can use this. Yeah. We were discussing about the performance of people. Supposing you come across a poor performer, how do you handle? How do you handle?
Sir, for many people who recently joined or from a different corporate or from the colleges, obviously it takes little time for them to understand how it goes, how the banking works, how it actually turn out to be a good career for them. So, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
திருப்பி கூப்பிடுறேன். So
Yeah.
generally what happens is like it is very initially for 1 year at least it will be difficult for them to understand what is happening around. So bank itself gives a little time for them, and personally what I will do is I will initially train them on few things like operations, business and sales front. In spite of doing it, if they are not able to handle it, or they're not able to uh, perform to the effect of what the bank is expecting, then what I will do is I will contact my HR and I'll tell probably if there is a different department or something. I will also know what is their strengths and weakness. So I myself can suggest them a department that they might be suitable for that particular department, and we will hand it over to the HR, and they will do the necessary things if there is a requirement in that particular department.
Very good, very good. That's right. That seems to be a good one. Now, in your branch, for which are you giving more importance? Is it for CASA deposit or for time deposits?
Sir, obviously CASA deposit is the one which is being given higher importance till last financial year. However, now due to this COVID-19 issue, things have changed a little bit. Currently, we are concentrating more on deposit, and because now new CASA generation is little difficult because of the economic activity which has got stuck right now.
Yeah,
So
correct.
till last year, all over ICC, we have been following only on CASA, high value CASA. Currently, we are concentrating on deposits because our customers are all digitally enabled. So it is easier for them to sit in their home and create a fixed deposit rather than bring in money from a sale of property or sale of shares.
Good, good. So, what are the different sections or departments in the bank that you have had exposure?
Sir, I started off as a cashier. I have also handled the role of cash officer. I have been working I had worked as a NRE relationship manager for 3 years. I had also worked as a senior privileged banker for 3 years, which involves a team of relationship manager I need to handle. And all throughout these 6 years that I mentioned as NRA relationship manager and the senior privileged banker, is all about servicing the customer, meeting the customer, and we need to cross-sell business in terms of advances, fee products, CASA and deposits.
Good, good. That's right. So that means not much of exposure in your advances as such.
Yes, I do not have exposure on advances.
Yeah. And I think I understand in your institutions like yours, you don't have discretionary powers also. And it is only
Yes.
the authorities are sanctioning the advances. You only recommend and forward the proposals.
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir.
Very good.
The branch
So,
plays a bridge role. The branch manager plays a relationship role. The branch manager will seek new businesses from the catchment and source file and hand it over to the credit department for further process of sanctioning and disbursement.
good. Do you have safe deposit locker in your office?
Currently, I do not have lockers, but previous branch which I had worked, which is Pallikarnai branch, it had a locker of 490 numbers.
Achha, good. Why banks give locker service to people? What is the reason?
Banks are traditionally safe. They play a safety role in terms of minds of the customers, because customers always believe that bank follows certain safety protocols. Like for an example, every locker, every branches will have CCTV cameras. Every branch will have sensors, and we use high tech technology for monitoring our safe deposits. So when that is possible, a bank can also issue lockers, and there's a for the customer's mind, they have safety in their mind. So bank plays this role of giving lockers to customer. By the same time, few part of the rent that we pay to the landlord can
So
also
this
be
will,
recovered by way of locker rentals.
in fact, I would rate your mentioning this as the first one. Banks do locker service, one, in order to get income.
Yes.
Now, you started explaining about the safety aspect of it from the angle of customers, whereas I
Correct.
was asking, obviously from bankers' angle, why banks are giving lockers? Obviously for the
Income.
locker rent,
And
the
correct.
rental income, and besides, you can also develop one more aspect that because of this service, probably we may get some new customers also into our fold, and
Correct.
through that we may be able to further develop our business.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
hope you can you please rephrase your answer. Why
Yes, sir.
banks are interested in locker?
So the first point for issuing lockers is the income that we get out of the locker rentals. That is our primary source of income. And secondly, it also paves way for new businesses that we can source due to lockers because of locker paucity in cities. New customers start approaching us if we have lockers. This also helps us in garnering good deposits and CASA.
Good, good. It will help you improve further. Contacts also further will improve. For
Yes,
example, in textile shops, when you go for buying only a towel, you may be tempted to buy some other suit and all that. So that is the advantage of it. So there is known as cross selling, and very good. Now, do you go out for canvassing deposits, or deposits comes to you automatically?
sir. 80% of deposits, or rather any business in my branch, is by directly going for canvassing, sir. Only 20%
Canvassing.
of business comes by itself.
Oh, 80% is what is canvassed by your people, and 20% only comes automatically. That's what you
Yes, sir.
say. Good, good.
Yes, sir.
Very good. That's right. Now, how will you equip yourself for advances? Supposing you are posted in a branch, say our bank, I know we have a system of discretionary powers being given to you. How will you exercise your discretion? How will you identify a good borrower and not so good borrower?
Sir, I understand that.
I hope you understand my question. Do you
Yes,
follow my question? Yeah.
yes, sir. Yes. So I understand that I do not have an experience in advances. However, I feel that I would be able to manage this. The reason is I'm a quick learner. Wherever I go, I adapt to situations. So every bank will have a learning resource where we can go and touch base on the learning resource on the advances chapters, which I can go through and read upon. I also go on RP circulars. And secondly, definitely I feel Bank of Maharashtra staffs will help me, seniors will help me in understanding this product. With this knowledge, theoretical and the practical knowledge I received from my seniors and the circulars, and coupled up with my existing experience in terms of handling customers, I'd be in a better position to handle, and I would be in a better position to uh, make a difference between a good borrower and a bad one.
Whom will you call a good borrower? Whom will you call a bad borrower? Which type of people do you call as good borrowers and the opposite?
Anyone who is able to pay their dues on or before the due date are good borrowers. Anyone who pays after a period intentionally are called as bad borrowers.
Yeah. One who willfully defaults. That's right. Good, good. Now, um, supposing a person approaches you for housing loan, what are the factors you will be looking into before deciding whether to go ahead with giving loans to you?
Sir, the first thing that I will look into is the capacity to repay. Because any loans, first thing that we need to look into is whether he is capable to repay the loan over a period of time. Because home loans are generally of tenor of at least 10 to 15 years or even more than that. So
More
first
than
thing,
sometimes 20 plus.
yes. So in
Yeah.
that case, I need to first look into his stability of income and the way how he is getting an income. and how stable the income is. Second part, what I will look into is his CIBIL score. I will have to check what is his
Oh,
history of CIBIL, what is his performance in the past in terms of loans that he has borrowed. Third, from
correct.
what is the kind of society is coming from is very important. So based on that, these three things I would make a decision.
Mm. I do not understand what do you mean by society. What is that you have in your mind?
Society in the sense probably where he is currently staying, because there are a possibility that during field verification, which I myself identified, the KYC would all look like either a rich person or a middle class people, but then when we go to their field verification, we find they being in slums, even the houses are not proper. So I was meaning
Oh,
about that society.
acha, acha. The standard of living that he has.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, okay. Now, I think for this question, yeah, you have decided about giving loan to a person, housing loan. Then,
Yes, sir.
what are the further steps you will be asking him to fulfill before granting him advance? What are the
Sir,
documents you will require from him, and what are the requirements that he has to comply with before being eligible for given a loan?
so before giving the loan, I have to take his KYC. I have to see the original know your customer documents as mandated by RBI. I
Yeah.
will do the field verification of his address. I
Mm,
will verify his salary slip that is being provided if he is going to be a salaried employee, and I will check his IT returns. I will
mm,
ask him to produce last 1 year statement of account from his existing bank. I will
mm,
also ask him to provide last 3 years ITR, and
mm,
further on to this, I will check his CIBIL.
mm,
And with all these documents, I will proceed. And apart from that, I'll also take I will check from which builder is going to buy this property from. I will check whether he has signed any agreement, sale agreement on this effect, and has he paid his own contribution receipt of 20% as per the RBI guidelines. If he has paid, I will also take a proof for that own contribution receipt, and then we'll proceed the case.
mm. Good. So, what is the role of spouse in this regard?
Oh, sir.
Yeah, spouse, his wife or husband, as the case may
Sir, in ICC Bank, we all the loans that we sanction, in term loans that we sanction, especially home loans, we take a co-borrower.
be. Mm.
We do not sanction single loans. So
Acha, acha.
obviously, if it is going to be a married person, then we will take the same documents that we had asked from the primary borrower to the secondary borrower also, provided if she is also having an income.
Okay. Then you will get her signature, co-borrower also. You.
Yes.
Supposing he is not married.
If he is not married, then we will take his next immediate relative, which should be his mother or father.
Oh, acha, that's right. Good. That's right. You are sanctioned a loan to a borrower. He has executed documents. He has given. He started availing, and then what further precautions bankers normally adopt in order to safeguard their advance? Apart from, say, uh, regular documents that you take, something else is also insisted upon in order to ensure the repayment of the money. I have in mind, do you, can you tell me about life insurance policies?
Yes, sir. Yes, I was about to tell that once you asked that. In
Mhm.
ICSA, any loans that we take, we insist customer to take a combo plan of health and life insurance policies, which is assigned to the bank. So
Oh,
on the
good.
life insurance front, these are coupled policies, that is a mix of life and health insurance. So in case of any unfortunate event, uh, being the policy assigned to the bank, the insurance company settles the full amount to the bank. In case
Correct.
if he is, yeah,
This
in
point has
case,
to be told. Yeah.
yes, In case if
And
he
I
is
think you have a subsidiary of your own, ICICI, a subsidiary of
yes
your
sir,
own, no, for insurance.
yes sir, ICC Prudential and ICC Lombard.
Oh, good, good, good. Very nice.
And not just that,
Now,
sir. Even in case it covers only death. Hence, we also provide this combo of health, where even in case if he loses his job, we can pay up to 3 months of EMI. The insurance company will pay 3 months of EMI. In case of disability, a certain amount is also paid to the
oh,
customers to
acha,
safeguard the
acha, acha.
loans repayment.
Oh, good, good, good. That is a good system, whereby because the borrowal amount is very high compared to the salary of the person. So in that
Right.
case, what is the total? Supposing one salary is about 15 lakhs per annum, how much loan can we give you maximum?
1.5, sir, 15 lakh.
One five, 15
Uh,
lakhs.
15 lakh, okay. If it's going to be taking 15 lakh, 15, okay.
No, no, no. I am telling you, his loan, his salary is 15 lakh. His total salary is 15 lakhs, and
Okay,
take home pay maybe let us say half of that, 7.5 lakhs. So how
okay.
much amount loan can you consider for him? I think there
Sir,
must be some formula.
fire, sir, yeah. We take the count of fire, fixed obligation income ratio. This is the calculation that we find to see the eligibility of a particular customer. First, we also need to look into if he has taken any other loans like car loans, personal loans, and everything. We need to reduce the obligations from the gross salary that he is getting. Out of which, for an example, in this case, he will be getting around probably 70,000 rupees per month. If that is the
Yeah.
case, we can fund up to 40 lakh rupees.
Oh, it depends on the amount that he is receiving. Good, good. That's correct. Very good. Now, uh, now coming to the business advances, what do you know about Atma Nirbhar Bharat, some latest schemes that are being introduced by the government, Um,
Yes,
what
sir.
do you have any work relating to that in your present assignment? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. We are doing it currently. This is for our MSME segment, where, as per the Atmanirbhar Yojana scheme rolled out by the Indian government, uh, the government is insisting on a 3 lakh crore loan that
Mm,
needs to be given to the MSME based on certain criteria. That
mm,
is, any loan that is outstanding as on 29th of 2020, 20% of the outstanding loan has to be given as a term loan to these customers. And there are other criteria like the overall outstanding loan should be of 25 crore and the maximum turnover should be of 100 crore. So this is the criteria that has been given, and we are actively participating, and we are giving this loans to customer. The tenor of this loan is 4 years with a moratorium of 12 months on the interest part.
oh, good, good, good. So private banks also play an active role in this
Yes, sir.
regard.
Yes, sir.
So what do you understand by priority sector advances?
The priority sector advances are loans given for education sector, housing sector, MSME segment, and to few low income segments.
Good. That's right. Very good. Now, have you had opportunity to work in foreign exchange department? No. Foreign
No,
exchange.
I'm not a great exposure. Yes, I do, sir, but I do.
So, can you tell me something about foreign exchange business that bankers do? What is it that they do?
Sir, currently in ICICI Bank, what we are doing is basic foreign exchanges for travel, for education, in terms of cash as well as travel cards.
Okay.
Currently, in the last 3 years, travel cards have become a major source of sale for foreign exchange because customers are preferring cards rather than to take a physical money. This is
Hmm.
exactly a replacement of TCs, traveler's check, that I used to handle 10 years back.
What is
So,
that? What is that? What is it?
traveler's
What is
checks,
that called?
traveler's checks,
Traveler's
TCs,
check. I know. What is this? Is known as what
this
you are
is
selling is known as
travel cards.
Travel cards. I have not
Uh,
heard. Acha, acha.
we
Okay.
follow a system called travel card where the foreign currency is uploaded in that card. It's like a debit card. You can go
Hmm.
and swipe it in the point of sale machine in abroad without any charges. We can use the money.
Oh, that is yeah, yeah. Good, good. He
So
pays in local currency. He is able to draw it in foreign currency in the other place. Okay.
exactly.
Now
These
about,
are
yeah,
retail forex. Apart from that, we can also do foreign exchange in terms of outward remittances for customers basis their various requirements. There is a scheme from RBI called as Liberalized Remittance Scheme, LRS scheme, where a resident can itself transfer up to 2,50,000 US dollar abroad for various purposes.
good.
NRIs as
That's
well, they can transfer up to 1 million US dollar from India to abroad based on the purposes of transactions.
all these are governed by which act?
These are all governed by FEMA Act, Foreign Exchange Management Act.
Very good, very good. Foreign Exchange Management Act. Very nice. You told this nicely. Yeah. Now, for I was thinking about in terms of say foreign exchange, helping borrowers. What are the various loans that we give for foreign exchange? Borrowers who may be requiring foreign exchange.
So you are talking
What
about
is
the
the
SME
type of
borrowers.
loans we can borrowers? A borrower is exporting commodities abroad. So what type of loan do we consider?
So though I am not in the department, but I've heard about this export credit that we do. We also give LOUs for the customer to take a foreign currency loans abroad. So I'm not
Correct.
very exposed to this, but these two are the general terms which I've heard in the normal parlance.
That's known as packing credit. Normally export credit or packing credit. Packing credit is for an advance which is granted um, before export. Whereas after export, what we are giving is known as post-shipment credit.
For sure.
Post-shipment credit. That's very good. What is the organization which is giving guarantee for such export credits?
It's Export Credit Guarantee Corporation of India. Sir.
Very good. Nice. You have been able to tell all these points nicely. Now come to regular branch working.
Yes, sir.
In terms of regular branch working every day,
Yes,
what
sir.
steps or what are the areas in which you give more importance? You are a manager,
Okay.
so how do you go about a day so that things go on properly? What is the check you have under various places to take care of it properly?
So first, as a bank, the main thing is security. Sir. So what we do generally on a daily basis is that the cash taking process and cash end of the day, BOD and the EOD process, where we ensure that the key holders, both the key holders at the same time operating the vaults, which is monitored either by the branch manager or the deputy branch manager. Only with the presence they have to take the cash, and we will ensure that the key changes are happening at the regular period in order to avoid any internal frauds. Plus,
Hmm,
we do not allow any other persons except for the key holders, like office
hmm,
boy, anyone to. We don't even take the supporting role of them for bundling caches and other things, and
hmm,
ensure that CCTV cameras are working properly and in functional, and proper
hmm,
records are maintained as per the norms of RBI. We'll also ensure that the security alarms are perfect and working.
hmm,
I do on a weekly check on these security cameras and the security alarms. Plus, we also check the alertness of the cashier and the security alarm by occasionally uh, clicking on the alarm and check whether they are alert.
reacting to it. Yeah.
Yes.
No, but the present day counters are all very flimsy, They are not as strong as it used to be in the earlier years. That's
Yes.
why I was asking. Okay, doesn't matter. Now, what are unauthorized transactions?
So unauthorized transactions are ones which are either which are neither authorized by customer, not authorized by the maker or the checkers. These are the unauthorized transaction. Any transaction that has to go through would be from a maker checker concept. In banking side, any unauthorized transaction which is not done properly without following guidelines by maker and checker will be termed as an unauthorized transaction for the banking front. For the customer front, if he has not authorized any payment yet, bank has made the payment, it is an unauthorized payment on his customer side.
Right. So, what are the steps you take? I mean, you cannot take, but then have you come across some frauds, online frauds, etc., while working as manager in your branch?
Yes, sir. I have come across many frauds. In fact, working as a branch manager, especially I've seen people giving away their user ID and passwords to fraudsters, and even debit card details to fraudsters who have defrauded the money. To
Oh,
such customer, what we do is we have an internal process. We have an internal risk group which works on it. We immediately take the card details, account details, and KYC details, and immediately forward to our risk team, which in turn will coordinate with the cyber security team and work on for recovery of money.
good. But the instances you said, like people giving details about debit card, etc., to others, are
Yes.
they covered under frauds? How are they covered? Supposing I give all my details about my debit card, etc., to my somebody else known to me,
Sir, as per
will you be
RBI,
compensating? I don't think you will be
no,
compensating.
sir. As per RBI guidelines, if it is the details are willfully given by a customer, even to a spouse, and who in turns defrauds, bank cannot cover the loss.
Ah, bank will not cover that. Whereas
Yes,
the only if it has happened without his knowledge. So what do
yes,
you have you had some phishing experiences?
yes, sir. Yes,
BHI,
sir.
SHI, yeah. What are
I
they?
had a few customers have come, not much, but then one or two cases where customer details have been compensated and the money has been siphoned off. We follow the regular process of intimating to our head office and the risk cell for immediate actioning, and we also advise customer to file a police complaint on this.
Good, very excellent. You have been answering very well. There is no problem about this. Nice. In a real interview, they can ask you, do you have any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask them. But here, there is no fun in my asking you. Otherwise, you have done really well only. No problem. Except in one place, you said Indian government. Instead, you could have told government of India. Our government will do. Instead of telling Indian government as if we are from a different country, our calling Indian government, that was not relevant. Otherwise, everything is good only. But only thing is, discussions go on like this only, depending on the way you are answering and the thinking of the interviewers. Because otherwise, they can also go into what is NEFT, what is RTGS, regular things. I relied on only locker with you. Then they can also ask you about bank assurance and other aspects. So all these areas, I'm sure you'll be able to manage.
Yes, sir.
I have, yeah, you have done very well, but possibly because this is one to one. In your eyes, there is a certain amount of over anxiety. I'm not sure how it is correct. Probably because you want to respect me too much or whatever it is. It is showing a lot of a sort of not fear but over respect. Uh, you see your own video later on, you will know that. Whereas in a real interview, what they want is only more confident, more active person, one who is more. So you pose yourself as a very uh, not because you are already employed. You are not without employment. So go with confidence and go and answer them. Certainly you will be selected. Absolutely no doubt.
Sir, one minute, one last minute. Last time you had given me some changes on. Tell me about yourself. If you give an opportunity, I can. If you can ask that
Yeah,
question
yeah,
again,
yeah. No,
you can
invariably
suggest by
that will
some
be the
changes.
yeah. Invariably that will be the first question they will ask. The moment you go, enter, smile, and then go and take your seat. And um, yeah, what about that? No objections. In your case, you'll be giving salary slip only, na?
So they have,
ICICI.
yeah, they currently they ask only for experience certificate. Uh, so I think we can
In
give a
your case, this
declaration.
is the first. This is the first employment, na?
Correct, correct.
Whereas
So
that Yes Bank case, that lady, she produced ICICI certificate, and she told me she produced the.
yes, sir. I am Jay Ganesh. I am from Chennai, Tamil Nadu. My undergraduation is on commerce. I've done my post graduation and masters in international business, mastering in marketing and finance. I am with ICICI Bank since the start. I was campus recruited by ICICI Bank from my campus. Uh, I've been with the bank for last 13 years. Currently, I work for Nanganallur branch. It's an urban branch with a staff strength of 25 numbers with a 700 crore book size branch. Previous to this branch, I had worked in a couple of semi-urban branches as branch manager. Uh, the previous branch I worked was in Madipakam branch. I was there for 2 years. Previous to that, I was in Pallikanai branch as branch manager. I worked there for 3 years. That was a new branch that was opened by me. Previous to the roles of branch managers, I worked in various sections like cashier, cash officer, NRA relationship manager for 3 years, and privileged banking, senior privileged banker as 3 years. All these roles involves servicing of customers and taking business from them, especially on CASA deposits, advances, and fee products. All these years of 13 years of service, I've got the best appraisal ratings of 1 and 2 for almost 10 years out of my 13 years. I have a rich experience of 7 years as branch manager in this organization. And I'm here right now in front of you to seek an opportunity to be part of Bank of Maharashtra.
Here, can you can reduce the previous aspects. There is a prior to Nanganallur as Madipakam and Pallikarnai branches, and my achievements in this branch. இந்த இடத்துல achievement வாயால சொல்லலைனாலும் since my joining in this branch, the branch has grown like this. Achievement நீங்க சொல்ல வேண்டாம். After my joining this branch, the business has improved like this. அப்படின்னு எடுத்து சொன்னலாம் நம்ம. அவ்வளவுதான் தவிர வேற you are doing very well. ஒண்ணுமே ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. நல்லா சொல்றீங்க. And any other questions, doubts? இல்ல இது சொல்லும் போது அந்த ரெக்ரூட்டட் கேம்பஸ் ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் 2-3 வாட்டி வருது ஒரே வார்த்தை.
ஓகே.
அதை பார்த்துக்கோங்க. And you think over or consult, namely too much emphasis about NRI officer and all தேவையா இந்த இடத்துக்கு? You are branch manager. உங்களை பொறுத்தவரை you are all in all. உங்களை கேட்கும் போது ஓவராலா தான் கேட்பாங்களே தவிர NRI ஆபீசர் என்ன பண்ண போறாங்க, ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட் ஆபீசர் என்ன பண்றாங்க, அது ரொம்ப ரேர். புரிஞ்சுதா?
புரியுது. சோ பிரான்ச் மேனேஜர் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸோட நிறுத்திக்கலாம்ன்றீங்க.
ஆமா, பிரான்ச் மேனேஜர் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்ல if you want to say something more about Pallikarnai good achievements, mention that. Madipakam some things improved, tell about.
Okay.
My Madipakam branch business rose from this to this during this so many years. In Pallikarnai branch, which was opened by me when I left after so many years, the business position was like this. Okay. And I was able to reach the targets or whatever it is. அது என்ன பொசிஷனோ அது சொன்னாங்க. Now your role is as manager only. Mainly as manager. அப்ப நீங்க மேனேஜரை பத்தி பேசும்போது மேனேஜர் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட கேள்விகள் தான் வரும்.
ஓகே.
ஆமா, உங்களுக்கு வந்து சிம்பிள் கொஸ்டின் லைக் கலெக்ஷன் ஆஃப் செக்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் வர வாய்ப்பு இல்லைங்கிறது என்னுடைய ஒப்பீனியன். தட் இஸ் ஆல் நான்சென்ஸ். அது ஒண்ணுமே ரொம்ப நாட் ரிலேட்டட், ரெலவெண்ட் கிடையாது.
ஓகே.
மேனேஜர்ஷிப்பை பத்தி சொல்லுங்க. அது சொல்லி ரொம்ப சீக்கிரம் முடிச்சுட்டு இல்லைனாக்க the reason why you want to jump to Punjab, sorry, Bank of Maharashtra, you are a good performer, you are a well rated performer, then why you are jumping to that? அதுக்கு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அங்க சமயம் இருந்ததுன்னா போங்க. இதுவே ரொம்ப லெங்த் ஆயிடுச்சு, அவங்க வந்து தே ஆர் இம்பேஷன், தே ஆர் சம்டைம்ஸ் நீங்க சொன்னபடி பிஃபோர் யூ ஆர் கன்க்ளூடிங் இட் தே ஆஸ்க் கொஸ்டின்ஸ். அப்படி வந்ததுன்னா விட்டுடுங்க. அவங்க டைம் கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா அந்த இடத்துல நீங்க சொல்லலாம். அதாவது அவ்வளவுதான், வேற ஒண்ணுமே இல்லை. யூ ஆர் டூயிங் வெரி வெல். 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 என்னுடைய வியூல. they cannot say no to you. மத்தது கடவுள் கையில இருக்கு. ஆமா.
சரி.
பெஸ்ட் விஷஸ்.
Thank you sir. Thanks.
ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட். நீங்க இன்டர்வியூ முடிச்சிட்டு வந்து எனக்கு क्वेश्चंस லிஸ்ட்ல மெயில்ல அனுப்பிச்சாலும் சரி, கூப்பிட்டு பேசினாலும் இல்ல மெயில்லயே அனுப்பிடுங்க.
கண்டிப்பா
இல்ல நீங்க பேசுறீங்கன்னா கூட ஒன்னும் ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லை. இட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ். ஏன்னா நான் வந்து இப்ப நோட்புக்ல நோட் பண்ணிடுவேன்.
நோ ப்ராப்ளம். கண்டிப்பா I will do it sir.
நான் நோட் பண்ணிட்டு நான் எடுத்து சொல்லுவேன் மத்தவங்களுக்கு.
கண்டிப்பா definitely sir, I will do.
அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணுங்க. பெஸ்ட் விஷஸ். You are doing well. 9 out of 10. Thank you. இன்னைக்கு பேசும்போது ஏதான ஏரியால உங்களுக்கு ப்ராப்ளமா ஃபீல் பண்ணல, அல்லது ரொம்ப நாட் சோ ரெலவென்ட் ஃபீல் பண்ணல? அப்படி ஒண்ணும் இல்லையே.
இல்ல நீங்க you touch base upon my weak points, so அதனால it was a good mind correct.
அட்வான்ஸ்ல கேட்பாங்க சார். they want people who can take up a branch and run it, so they will ask. so நீங்க வந்து what is debt service coverage ratio தெரியுமா?
படிச்சேன், இப்போதான் படிச்சேன்.
what is current ratio, what is the relevant of current ratio, and why do we take 3 years balance, என்னது 3 years income tax and all that. இதுக்கெல்லாம் நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு ரீசனிங் மாதிரி சொன்னீங்கன்னா
ஓகே
ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிக்கோங்க மென்டலி. அட்வான்சஸ் பத்தி மட்டும் தெரிஞ்சுக்கோங்களே.
சரி சார். ஓகே, கண்டிப்பா.
அட்வான்சஸ்ல உங்களுக்கு क्वेश्चंस வேணா ஏதாவது அனுப்பணும்னா அனுப்பி விடுறேன். क्वेश्चन மட்டும்
I talked to one of the credit manager.
they don't ask me.
இல்ல அவரோட ஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்து ஸ்கேல் 3 ஆபீசர். நேத்து நான் சொன்னேன்ல ஒருத்தர் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ் ஷேர் பண்ணாருன்ட்டு, அவரோட ஃப்ரெண்ட் தான். சோ அவருக்கு what he told was அந்த பையனுக்கு வந்து அவனும் பிரான்ச் மேனேஜர், பட் கிரெடிட்க்கு அந்த அளவுக்கு கேட்கல அப்படின்னா. what he is saying is he just cleared SBI as credit manager scale 3. what he is saying is do not take him to the position of advances பத்தி நீ பேசாத, நீ be on your strong area of branch banking. அதுல இருந்து கேள்வி கேட்டாங்கன்னா be prepared. but if you are telling advances, you clearly tell that we act as a bridge.
it is not your area, it is not your cake ன்னு சொல்லலாம். கரெக்ட். நீங்க சொல்றது ரைட். அதாவது
I asked him, actually what I did was I asked him நீங்க ratios எல்லாம் சொல்லு, I will note it down அப்படின்னா. அப்ப he told 3 for committee, tandem committee, நாயக் கமிட்டி எல்லாம் சொன்னாரு. நான் தான் சொன்னேன் ஓகே நான் படிச்சுக்கிறேன், பட் நாளைக்கு ஏதாவது அவர் என்ன சொன்னாருன்னா டிஜிஎம் கிரெடிட் யாரா கண்டிப்பா உட்காருப்பாங்க உள்ள. அப்ப நீங்க டேண்டன் கமிட்டி எப்படி பண்ணினா அவன் வந்து இப்ப கரண்ட் ரேஷியோ 1.75 இருந்தா நீ என்ன பண்ணுவான்னு கேட்பாங்க. so it goes into nitty-gritties, then you will get caught. so அதனால கிளியரா வந்து you tell that we act as a bridge. there is a business loan credit relationship team, there is a credit team, you are acting as a bridge between the customer and them. சொல்லி முடிச்சிரு, ரொம்ப டீடைலா போகாத அப்படின்றாரு.
கரெக்ட். I agree with you. best wishes. அப்படியே பண்ணுங்க. ஆமா, ஏன்னா கர்நாடக சங்கீதம் பாடுற விட கர்நாடக சங்கீதம் பாட சொல்லணும். அவரை போய் ஹிந்தி மியூசிக் பாட சொன்னா நல்லா வராது. they should also not expect. பாப்போம், let us see what happens. best wishes.
thank you sir. thank you.
இது எப்படி டிஸ்கனெக்ட் பண்றது? லீவ்
கட் பண்றேன் நான் பண்ணிடுறேன்.